Disney's done it again, guys. What a sweet little story this was. Guys, what's up? I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review over here on my channel, and as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy your stay. This time around, we are hopping onto Disney Plus, of course, to take a look at Flora and Ulysses. This one was directed by Lena, and it was written by Brad Copeland, who's done some work for Arrested Development. And this is the movie adaptation of the best-selling, award-winning novel by Kate DiCamillo, an author I absolutely loved reading growing up. If that name sounds familiar to you guys, it's because she's written books like Because of Winn-Dixie and The Tale of Despero. But this is one that I actually didn't end up reading, so I was definitely curious to see what it was all about. This follows an imaginative and creative 10-year-old self-proclaimed cynic named Flora, played by Matilda Lawler. And she never could have predicted that her little pet squirrel she names Ulysses would be born anew as a superhero, and in the process have the uncanny knack for helping her and the lovable but broken people of her life. So like I said, I went into this movie completely blind, had no clue what the movie was even about. With all these comic book homages, I was very pleasantly surprised at how fun and endearing this film was. And yeah, as a comic book movie, technically, it really did warm my heart to see so many Easter eggs alluding to some of my favorite heroes, villains, the works, you name it. It's here. This isn't a spoiler, but you'll notice one of my favorite Easter eggs personally as the doorbell of the Buckman's house. Keep an eye out for that. I think the creative team did so well in so many aspects of this. You can tell that Flora and Ulysses was a gigantic, marvelous work of love, all for the passion for the craft, and I think these filmmakers did an excellent job paying some proper homage and tribute to the genre. There's even a scene where Flora has this furious geek debate with this comic book store clerk. Not to get too deep into spoilers, but whether or not Spider-Man can beat up a certain hero is involved, and what results was absolutely glorious. Honestly reminds me of some of the really fun interactions I've had with you beautiful people. Now the starring vehicle of this movie, of course, is young Matilda Lawler, and I thought she was absolutely great here. Her talent and her poise, I think, goes way beyond her years. It was honestly staggering how fabulous of a job she was doing retaining all aspects of who Flora is as a character. So much so that she mostly, if not all of the time, overshadows all the adult actors, who are doing a very good job in their own right. I'm serious, Flora's on screen for about 95% of this movie, and Matilda Lawler holds her own. I think she's great. Also, I gotta point out Ben Schwartz, who plays the father in this film, George. He reminded me a lot of Spencer Shea from iCarly, who, no joke, I thought would be my spirit animal when I was growing up, back around middle school. He has a lot of really fun moments in this one as well, but when the emotional stuff has to take center stage, he holds his own, as does Matilda Lawler. But watching this movie for a lot of people, it really does come down to that superhero squirrel, doesn't it? What a sentence, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here I was thinking Ant-Man was the strangest of the strange. Now we get a literal flying squirrel. And even though this is clearly CGI, this little guy's freaking adorable. His connection to Flora specifically was so sweet and endearing. And the action scenes he has are also extremely clever in their own right, my favorite of which takes place in a donut shop. And Ulysses also does get a lot of one of my favorite cliches. But the little guy was extremely fun to watch, and I think young children especially will get a huge kick out of him. Even though I did have fun with this film, I think it is cute in all facets. Is it a perfect film by any stretch? No. It does have its issues, and I'm honestly not going to downgrade the film too harshly for it because, number one, this is a family feature. It's aimed more for a younger audience, and I did honestly have a ton of fun watching it. I think the movie does tend to lean way too much on the allusions to other comic book heroes, like in the opening titles, for example. I personally didn't mind it as much, but I will say, I completely understand if people are looking at it like, oh, this film is just reminding me of movies that are better. I completely get that if that's you. And I also realize that this movie is based off of a novel. I'm assuming a really fun novel based on the material. And most of the time, the book to movie transition works really well. But in this movie, Gosh, how do I spell this one out? These characters are saying a whole lot of things that you would never hear in real life. And what I mean by that is that their dialogue was way too overly specific. It honestly felt to me more like prose rather than actual dialogue. And I'll give Flora's narration a pass, of course, but when you have the side characters just over-describing their feelings in various scenes, it's just a little bit too much for my liking. I would have preferred some more subtext thrown in there just so these performances can shine through even more. Besides that, I'm not gonna downgrade this movie too harshly despite its flaws, because it is still very fun. I'm gonna give Flora and Ulysses a B. Definitely not a bad movie whatsoever. I do think this is one that you and your whole family can watch and enjoy on a family movie night per se. Does it make a few too many homages to the comic book genre? Absolutely. And if the constant allusions to superior films are too much for you, I completely understand, but it didn't really hamper my enjoyment of the film too much. I honestly think the comic book genre is what makes the film as fun as it is. But that's just my opinion. What did you guys think of Flora and Ulysses? Did you agree with me? Did you not? What is your guys' favorite movie based off of a novel? Let's discuss all of these thoughts and then some. Let's discuss all things cinema and entertainment all down there in the comment section. If these topics for videos sound interesting to you, and if you guys are looking for a place to continue discussing these topics, I think this channel is the perfect place for you. So if you guys are new here, or if you haven't yet, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can, because you beautiful subscribers will be the first ones to know anytime a new video premieres over here, and it's also free. And if you guys liked this video also, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out. I would really appreciate that. It really does help out the channel. And as always, look out for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. You guys are awesome. With all that being said, back talk, commence.